Humboldt penguin, Spheniscus humboldti, a medium-sized penguin native to South America. These penguins are found along the Pacific coasts of Chile and Peru. They get their name from the cold sea current, named after explorer Alexander von Humboldt, that runs along their native coastline. Humboldt penguins are social birds, often nesting in colonies on rocky coasts and islands. They are classified as vulnerable to extinction due to threats like habitat destruction, overfishing, and climate change. Humboldt penguin. Penguin evolution from flying seabirds to streamlined divers. Highlight the diversification into warm climate species like the Humboldt penguin. Animation reveals unique features. Pink bare patches used to radiate heat. Sharp beak adapted for slippery fish. Dense feathers waterproof by natural oils, life in a harsh landscape. Introduce the extreme conditions of the Peruvian and Chilean coasts. Despite the heat in the desert environment, the cold current allows these penguins to survive. Show cliffs, guano islands, and rocky coves that form their colonies. These birds live where few others dare, a coastline carved by wind, sea, and scarcity. Returning home, the colony awakens. Adult penguins returning from the sea, waddling and hopping over sharp rocks. Close-ups of their communication. Braying calls, partner recognition rituals. Introduction of a focal penguin pair, our story's family, whose journey will be followed. Establish their bond in their fight to secure a nesting place. Life among the rocks, a colony in motion. Bowing, preening, synchronized head movements. Monogamy rates, partner loyalty, and challenges faced by pairs trying to reunite each season. The battle for burrows. Penguins search for nesting sites in guano layers, old burrows or natural crevices. Conflicts with other penguins over territory. Highlighting danger, steep cliffs, collapsing burrows, predators like turkey vultures. Conservation issues, guano mining reducing available nest sites. One parent stays, the other hunts. Temperature. In the realm of the cold current, entering the ocean, penguins leap into the Pacific. Underwater cameras follow. The power of the Humboldt current, CGI animation illustrating the current's origins in Antarctic waters. Explain upwelling, nutrients rising, triggering massive plankton blooms. This supports anchoveta, sardines, krill, and many predators. Underwater hunting. Penguins rocket through bait balls, demonstrating agility and speed. Coordinated hunting. Include interactions with other species, sea lions, dolphins, cormorants. Peril beneath the waves. Footage of sharks or sea lions hunting penguins. A reminder that the ocean, though rich, is full of danger. Perils of a changing world. Human pressures. Overfishing of anchoveta reduces penguin food supply. Guano extraction destroys burrows. Pollution. Plastic ingestion. Entanglement in fishing nets. Fishermen interviews explaining conflicts and cooperative solutions. Climate hazards. Warming waters. When the current weakens, fish disappear, colonies starve. Follow the penguin pair as their foraging trips become longer and more desperate. Conservation efforts. Scientists banding penguins, monitoring nests, restoring burrows. Rehabilitation centers caring for injured birds. Community involvement. Sustainable fishing practices, protected areas. A cautiously hopeful tone. Feeding behavior and chick calls. Heat exposure. Starvation if parents fail to return. Predators capture a tense moment. One parent's long absence due to scarce fish. Becoming fledglings. Chicks molt into waterproof juvenile feathers. Practice flapping, hopping, and recognizing the shoreline. The ocean calls, but it offers no guarantees. Into the Pacific, the journey continues. Young penguins gather at the water's edge, a mixture of curiosity, fear, and instinct. One by one, they dive into the waves, underwater shots of juveniles learning to navigate the currents. B. The legacy of the Humboldt current returned to wide areas of the coastline and vast Pacific. The penguin's fate to the health of the ocean. Emphasis on the interconnectedness of climate, biodiversity, and human choices. In the shadow of the desert, in the embrace of the sea, the Humboldt penguin endures. Their story is a testament to resilience and a reminder that safeguarding this ancient current safeguards life itself. Please like, share, and subscribe to help the channel grow. Thank you. Let's continue. Penguin. National Geographic Kids. Humans can help Humboldt penguins by reducing human disturbance, supporting sustainable fishing practices, and conserving their natural habitat. Actions include controlling invasive species like rats, minimizing pollution, managing fishing to ensure food availability, and avoiding recreational activities at breeding sites. Supporting conservation organizations financially or through advocacy is also crucial. Reduce human disturbance and protect habitats. Control invasive species. Eradicate alien species, such as rats, from penguin colonies to protect them from predation. Minimize recreational impact. Limit human recreational activities near breeding colonies, as even the presence of humans can drastically increase penguin stress levels and reduce breeding success. Manage guano harvesting. Use sustainable methods for guano harvesting to minimize disturbance to nesting sites. Implement marine reserves. Establish marine protected areas to reduce pressure on penguins and keep ecosystems resilient. Support sustainable resource management. Address overfishing. Implement sustainable fishing quotas based on ecological models to ensure there is enough food for the penguins, particularly during El Niño events. Reduce bycatch. Take measures to decrease accidental catches of penguins in fishing nets. Support conservation efforts. Donate to conservation organizations. Provide financial support to projects focused on conservation initiatives, such as artificial nests, beach cleanups, and ex situ breeding programs. Support educational programs. Fund and participate in programs that educate the public about the importance of seabird conservation and the trade-offs with human activities. Contribute to scientific monitoring. Support efforts to collect data and monitor penguin health and populations. Humboldt penguins on the edge. Cool green science. Climate change affects Humboldt penguins by reducing their food supply due to rising sea temperatures and ocean currents that impact fish populations. This is exacerbated by more frequent and intense El Niño events, which drive fish away from penguin foraging areas and can lead to starvation and reproductive failure. Additionally, climate change can increase the frequency of extreme weather, like heavy rain, which harms chicks. Impact on food supply. Fish migration, rising sea temperatures, and changes in ocean currents, including those caused by El Niño events, push their primary prey like anchovies into cooler, deeper waters or farther away. Increased foraging distance. To find enough food for themselves and their chicks, penguins must travel much farther out to sea, sometimes for days at a time. Plankton decline. Warmer water negatively affects plankton, which is the base of the food chain for the fish that penguins eat. Starvation and reproductive failure. The lack of food can lead to starvation for adult penguins and prevent them from breeding successfully, causing population declines. Impact on breeding and chicks. Extreme weather. Climate change can lead to more frequent and intense rainstorms, which are particularly harmful to chicks because their downy feathers are only insulating when dry. Habitat disruption. Although a separate issue from climate change, the destruction of nesting sites through guano mining also makes populations more vulnerable to other threats. Broader implications. Population decline. These impacts have already contributed to a significant decline in Humboldt penguin populations, with some scientists warning of potential extinction if trends continue. Increased vulnerability. The combined effects of food scarcity, habitat disruption, and extreme weather make the species highly vulnerable to extinction.
That is also why you can see jailing flexibility to achieve in order to encourage their natural diving skills. Now, for all penguin species, they can dive to depths of 100 meters. For our Hummoldt, the ones that we have here, they can dive to depths of 150 meters. And then the largest species, the emperor penguin, can dive to depths of 500 meters. So really, really deep. Now, just for a point of perspective, that would be the same as roughly around 5 big penguins that on top of each other or below each other. So really, really deep. Now, I did mention that we have the same type of penguin species here, being Humboldt penguins, but we do have some of our juveniles or some of our chicks. Now, let me see if I can display
So, Gov, you have to put the fish through the tube.
Penguins, they are black and
Gov?
white in coloration.
You have to put the fish through the tube.
They are more
trying to
grayish
get them to
colour. Now,
dive.
the reason for that
And
is
then
because
also
every
you have a
single
lot of
year
like
they go
wild
through what
birds
we
and
call a
stuff. So
catastrophic
Or they will come and pick them up.
It's very dramatic. Now they go through this every single year in order to keep themselves nice and waterproof and also insulated. As for penguins, they have 2 layers of feathers. Now the outer layer of feathers that we see here is actually a semi-waterproof layer, which keeps them basically waterproof in the water. They also have an inner layer which are downy feathers that are very close to their skin, keeping them nice and insulated and warm. So 2 different layers. Now the growth is not every single year. Some of our penguins are slightly more grumpy than others, and once again they are very dramatic as they go along. Come here to the zoo, I think we can see the penguins very clearly. Are the main predators out and about? Which is a very valid question. Now, looking at the penguin straight on here, we can see the black and white colouring. It does actually have a really, really great purpose. Now, imagine that you were a large if you are looking above a penguin, the black that they have